So, last we left off, the group made their way up the treacherous mountain that was home to the manor of Fortuna, upon where Artemis was reunited with a couple of their many graves in this place. And entering inside, not only did the group get all their stuff back and acquainted themselves with their gear once again, like a lost mother and child, they were also told by this architect Calvar that obviously the way to go down is to go up. So, knowing that, they all geared up and got ready for the puzzles that were to come ahead. After solving the first puzzle, they walked through a hallway towards a large set of two wooden doors where Calvar said that, obviously, in traditional Star Wars fashion, this is where the fun begins. So, as you all stand there and you watch as Calvar places his hands on the door, he pushes with all his might, swinging the doors open, revealing this ledge followed by a series of tiles towards another ledge, a series of tiles, another ledge, a series of tiles where at the end lie a door. As he just points with his rusted hand, that is where we need to get to, and those are the bridges we need to make. So ahead of you, you see obviously the walls and the ceiling covering the place. The floor basically stops and starts where, obviously, where it stops, it then drops to a massive ledge before starting again at the end of a series of tiles, each of which is a different length.
What about the other room? You said there were like two different doorways, so what's in the other doorway?
No, you went through one doorway to get to the hallway, you just went straight down as there was no other way, to which is where we ended last session, with Calvar with his hands on the doors out, he pushed them aside, you're at your first puzzle.
Is there anything around that looks like it'd be long enough to cope this distance?
So looking around, you do see a few statues of, obviously, knights, of builders, of a few mythical creatures, but nothing that has any dismountable accessories.
What if we...
I take out my 50 feet of grappler. Is there any way I can throw it to get like a kind of swing set going for a few people?
As you... Ooh! Don't you dare do this! The ceiling is, of course, looking up to it, you can judge that it's about 60, 70 feet high, and the gap across... hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 7 is 56. You can sort of judge just by looking at one of the tiles that they are 7 foot square, and looking across, you don't think it'd make it all the way.
What if we used it, what if we put your grappling on an arrow, fire it, and see if it's stuck?
What if I cast Enlarge Reduce on the rope?
Would
that work?
You can certainly try.
Okay, I cast Enlarge Reduce on the rope.
Tin Man,
Reduce it.
Okay,
Tin
so
Man,
with
you
that,
are not. Are you trying to touch my rope?
Aiming to enlarge it so that it can cross the gap, but instead flames erupt from your hands as the Feywild gives that little chuckle as it just disintegrates into just...
Okay, I cast Fireball immediately after I see the flames.
You fuckwit.
As you cast Fireball, you watch as the series of ice just blast down towards the floor. Hazel, make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, great.
and that's a
See-
flat roll for you. So
Seeing the chaos that
Okay.
Zeta's causing, can I just push them away from me real quick?
yeah, so as
Thanks.
Zeta unleashes this ice wind, while Nisa, you sort of just lightly nudge them out of the way. Hazel, you duck out of the way as the ice curves around and tries and darts towards you.
What
Yeah.
the hell were you trying?
You fuckwit, I like this rope.
Did you not
Zeta-
think that magic wouldn't work properly?
I accounted for it not working. Hence,
You just
I aimed to
broke.
reject it.
A grapple that I fixed not too long ago.
I imagine that what Zeta was trying to do was try and play to the Feywild rules, but it failed.
failed
How much of the
miserably.
hand ropes left?
I would say Nisa would have about a good 15 feet of it left with the hook on the end.
You fuckwit. I liked that one.
Yeah, you know
I'm
what?
gonna hand them some of my rope. My rope.
Yeah, I was gonna take out my bit of hand ropes. Here, Nisa,
I've got 50 feet of that stuff.
consider it a gift.
I appreciate that, Panic at the Disco. And I take off my rope and just attach the grappler to the end of mine.
How
You know
long is
what? I
your
actually
rope?
like the name Panic at the Disco. I'm gonna help
So
out.
Ezio and Nisa have just swapped ropes. So
How long is Ezio's
So-
rope?
Ezio's rope is now 50. He now has 15 feet of rope, whereas Nisa's back up to 50.
Okay.
I was gonna say, take your grappling hook and 15, tie them together, and then we try with either 65 feet. With that,
Yeah.
I volunteer my 50 feet of rope, so we can have
No,
100
Before anybody starts bringing out their fucking lassos for a solid second here, I don't know if anybody here knows a lot about tying things up, but as me, I do. Now all I'm gonna say, if we tie two ropes in a knot, we're gonna create a weak point. I don't know about you guys, but looking around at some of the heftier bunch of you, you're gonna snap it. Looking at nobody in particular, other than the massive fucking half-orc.
Now, why do you think I stopped offering you my rope when Ezio offered his?
Yeah, that's because you're the sensible one. I'm looking at Tin Man here, who disintegrated the last one.
So as you all do, Calvar just leans in towards Zevlin and is like,
Zaz.
Zaz.
Why can't
Why
they
do your
laugh?
characters always start with Z?
I don't know, just
Just
me.
leans into Zazabar and is just like, do they always argue this much?
Yes, they do.
I'm afraid so.
Well, can either of you point out to them the glowing writing in front of the tiles?
I guess
As
so.
he just points down towards the first set of tiles.
I'm
Who
going to have a look at it.
who here speaks Draconic?
Come on!
Wait, hang on, Alvin does?
I don't.
Yes, Alvin does.
I do.
Okay,
You
so
speak
we've got
everything.
Alvin, Vi. Who
Um,
else?
Can I cast comprehend language?
Oh shit. Oh no.
So, are you sure you want to do this?
The Feywild.
Feywild fuckery.
Okay, wait. Actually, sleep on that. I might not.
Right, so we've got Alvin, we've got Vi. Who else can speak Draconic? What about Arlen? Can Arlen speak Draconic? Okay, so Hazel, you look down towards the language. It's in one you cannot comprehend. It's in this like claw scratching.
Does anyone understand this?
I want to go over to it.
Okay, Vi, as you walk over, you do recognise the script. Alvin also walks over with you, recognising it to be Draconic. Now I've got to brush up my German because the way that you read it, it says Freiheit, but you can translate that back to common that it means freedom. And then taking a brief look up, you see the first row of 4 tiles. You've got an A, a C, an F, and an I.
A, C, F, and I. And then it
One.
says freedom, right?
Yeah, so it's Freiheit, which is obviously German, but I use German as Draconic.
Freedom
which,
is spelled with 2 E's.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I will say, if anyone's seen Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, that's going to come as a power play here.
Oh, I haven't, but
I have.
I've seen a bit of it.
So, obviously...
I'm gonna
Yep, go
Can I
on.
relay the message to everyone else?
Yep, go for it.
It says freedom. ACFI.
Up on the roof.
Okay.
No, up on the tiles.
Up on the tiles. Okay, do we need
Why
to
would it
hit
want
those
an R?
tiles or?
Pronounced Freya.
So, you have these tiles in front of you. Looking at the tiles ahead, you've on the second row of tiles, you've got an R, a G, an L, and an M.
F.
Well-
Oh wait, no.
no.
There's more tiles.
What about the other ones? Are there any others?
You do see a row of 7 tiles.
How
That's
fuck is
so
me?
annoying.
Lisa's fucking baffled. How far is the gap between where we are and where we need to
Wait,
be?
is freedom spelled with an E on the end?
So, the gap between you and the next ledge, which is your next save point, is 56 feet.
That's such a ah.
How do we calculate how far one can jump? How does one calculate this?
If we hit the right tiles, would something pop up that we could go across?
I imagine.
It could work, but we'll
I
never know.
pressed the F.
Okay,
Can I see Zeta going to go and do something stupid and pull a gun on him because he's already disintegrated my rope and I don't particularly trust him right now.
okay, so you're going to pull a gun as they walk onto the F tile, yes?
Tin Man, I'm gonna need you to step back and monologue for a second. Think of yourself as a dramatic evil villain, just for 5 minutes. Tell us all your plan, so I don't have to shoot you.
If it says freedom.
Well, so far, these rows of tiles spell out an F and an R. That's the first 2 letters of freedom. Do you have a better idea?
He's got a point.
I have, and I walk as far away from Zeta as humanly possible. Yeah, okay, go on then, press it. I'm cool.
Okay, I press the R. No, the F.
The F.
The F. So as you step onto the F, you watch as the calligraphy around it turns blue.
Is
What
that
happened, Zeta?
good?
I mean, Zeta's still standing.
I hope so.
Okay.
Now, magic question. Is it a pressure release or is it a push? Zeta, just lightly take your weight off. Don't. Just very slowly, very lightly. Okay? Not.
I
Don't
slowly
rush.
step off.
As you step off, you see it still glowing for about 3 seconds before the light then fades back to its original
Right.
stone casting.
So we all need to hit. So we all need to hit the correct letters in the correct time. Then, when the bridge is formed, run like you've never run before.
Where are the other tiles? Are they further up?
Yeah, you do obviously see the tiles, like you've got 1 row, then a second, then a third, then a fourth,
Are
fifth,
these
sixth,
all
seventh.
where the gaps are?
Yes.
So there's like a gap and
So,
then there's
so yeah,
another
you've
set of
got
letters.
like the normal floor, then there's a pit into the underworld, and crossing that pit are the tiles.
Okay. Meaning that someone's gonna need to use something weighty.
Well, you know, you can just like glass bridge it from Squid Game.
Now, what I'm thinking
Have you
is we get the 2 fastest to press the tiles. The bridge will form, we can get across. Then the 2 fastest can run like
You
we've
don't
never
know
run
what the
before.
rest of the letters are over the bridge, though. You don't know if it's actually spelling freedom or Freiheit.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can't just
I-
speedrun it.
Perhaps
I'll
We
stay on
are
this
doing
one.
it, so
People
perhaps we
can
are
go
translating
ahead
it.
and see
We
what
don't
the
know
next
what
ones
the
are.
third set of letters are,
No, you don't.
and we've got to figure out how to get over this pit yet.
Sweet.
Is there any is there any like other hints or anything around the room?
There's no other hints, but Calvar does step forward with. I think it best you spell the word it's saying. Maybe then it'll form a bridge.
Hi.
So,
Well,
I bring up freedom.
Someone needs to spell Freya, but I don't think we can see the other letters.
You can't see him from where you're currently standing up on the safe spot.
I'm just
We've
Right,
got it
darling.
from
on
the safe
F.
spot.
Wait, no, wait. Right eye.
We need to spell
Vi-
Freya.
Vi, darling, before Panic at the Disco does anything rash again, what's the next letter of Freiheit?
Is that Freya or Freya?
Right.
It's an R, is it, darling?
Yes, that's what I've heard.
Amazing. Panic at the Disco, if you dare step on an eye, I swear to them to rip your leg off. Step on an arm instead.
Wait. Hear me out.
I'd rather not. Step on an arm.
There is no R here. Currently we have F-A-C.
There is.
The second row has an R in it.
Yeah, but the second row is a bit away from us, isn't it? It's on the other side of the gap.
Step on the one that Zeta's on, and then go to the next row.
How are
Okay.
we meant to go to the next
I'm
row
a
when
jump
it's over
from
a pit?
F to R. Someone get ready to get onto the F.
No, Zeta, stay where you are.
Okay.
I'll go on the R. Fine.
That's it. Sacrifice yourself. It's fine.
So, you watch. So what, Ezio? Are you going to make the leap from F to R? Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you jump across, as you make contact and steady yourself, you see the calligraphy around the edge glow blue. You do also see the line in front of you, which comes up D-E-A-Y.
Bye.
It'd be an E.
No.
Okay, so I
it's
guess that
Y.
means Ezio, you're jumping to the E, Zeta, you're jumping to the R. Who here wants to step on the F?
I'll do it.
Alright,
Oh.
ready?
Oh my god. Not free he.
No, it's Freya.
No, I reckon we stay on the ones we're on and keep adding people in front.
F-R-Y.
Hopping on them as they go, so we never lose them.
That would work too.
So what's going to happen now? So you've got the F and the R solidified. Who's going next?
I think Zev said that he was moving on to the R,
Yep.
and me and Ezio were each moving forward one.
No, stay where you are. Let him move on to the E.
Okay.
So Zaz, you slide next to Zeta. You jump over to the R next to Ezio. You're met with the D-E-A-Y. You're going to jump onto the E.
Uh-huh.
So as you jump onto the E, it's not a far distance. You sort of catch yourself as you see the calligraphy around it turn blue.
Okay, we're making progress.
Now Zaz, you see the next line of letters, and it goes E-X-I-G.
Okay.
Zaz, what are the next letters?
The next letters are E-X-I-G.
It's I.
It's I. Who wants to go on it?
Right? Is it? He's smiling at me.
It is I.
It is I.
Yes, I'll do it then.
Wait,
Right,
we
Lisa?
still don't know whether it's
Zeta,
the
what's
common
your
or the
man?
conic.
Either E
I
or
reckon
I.
I love you. We are currently discussing plans. I'm going to go on the eye. If it glows red, I love you all. Mwah. Otherwise, you guys on the other side. Fine. Go with stuff in the eye.
Okay. So, Nisa, you're going to go for the eye, are you?
If I told me to, so yeah, let's do it.
I feel like it's gonna go really poorly.
What were the letters again?
E-X-I-G.
And
I-G.
what letters have they already clicked?
F-R-E. So,
F-R.
Nisa.
So,
G.
No, it's Freihai, not Fragheit.
No.
It's an I.
Freya.
So,
It's an I.
It could be an E.
who's got the highest passive perceptions out of you all?
R.
Um,
I think it's Zeta and Arlen, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
sounds about right.
mine's 21.
So we've got Zeta at 21. Arlen, what's your passive perception? Isn't it also like low 20s?
It's 20.
Okay, cool.
mine's
That'll
6.
come useful for what's about to happen next. Nisa,
Mine's 10.
Yes.
as you manage to get up to Zaz, you look towards the eye. You're confident. You know, Vi's never let you down before. As you jump to the eye, as your foot makes contact, you feel it immediately start to crumble beneath you. What are you doing?
No, can I try grab
I
onto
throw
the
my
Nisa?
rope to her.
No,
Like,
shut
Can
up.
everybody-
Nisa, I'm asking Nisa,
I'd
shut
like
up.
to make an acrobatics. I'd like to make an acrobatics and then just jump to the E.
So you're going to try and jump off the crumbling tile and hit the E.
Yep, may as well.
You have got the X tile in between you, so
There's
yeah,
a D tile.
I won't give you disadvantage because you've got a buffer, but make an acrobatics check.
28.
What?
That's an 18 plus 10, 28.
Okay.
Bro.
So
Fair
as you feel the weight crumble beneath you, you kick yourself off the I, bounce off the X, and land on the E. Not cleanly, but enough to stabilize yourself as you see it glow blue.
Okay.
Arlen and Zeta, as you watch this happen, you notice there's only 7 rows and not 8.
Yeah, no, so this is definitely a
Okay.
freedom thing, not a fry hype thing. The eye tried to kill me.
So I'm guessing the next letter will be D.
It's like,
Yeah.
you need to spell
Yeah.
Jehovah, but Jehovah starts with an I in Latin.
Yeah, this is definitely not a fry hype situation.
No, so it's
Okay.
definitely freedom.
So, now with Nisa's heart going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, you've got FREE. Nisa, you see on the next row EDOM.
Somebody come jump on the D.
Now, you said Hazel said before you.
I'll go for the D.
Besides, you're all making a bridge, so it's like everyone takes their turn. So, Hazel, you make your way up. You jump platform to platform. You see the deep tile in front of you. You hop across to it. You see the edge of it glow blue.
Okay.
That leaves Vi and Arlen, and you see the next line of tiles.
Yeah.
You've got a Y, an O, an M, and an A.
It's O.
Oh.
So, which one out of Vi and Arlen is going to go?
Who's gonna go?
I kind of like look at Vi and kind of say, "Do you want me to go, or do you want to go? I don't care."
I don't want to do that. It's up to you.
Do
You
boulder,
go.
do boulder parchment shears.
You go.
Alright.
Okay, so who's going to Vi, is it?
I will go
Okay,
to.
so you make your way up, all the way up the column, you get next to Hazel, you see the O tile in front of you, you're going to jump onto it.
Yeah.
As you do, you watch it glow blue, and unfortunately, the next row in front of you is 4 M's.
Oh. It's chance. Oh dear.
But
Why does it
I
have to
want-
be me?
Wait,
Vi,
hang on.
I want you to make an Arcana check since you're the first one to see it.
Me?
Yes.
Alright. Hang on.
Obviously, this is why Arlen is making their way up.
Yeah.
I mean, just maybe guess. Maybe the M could be a W. Maybe, like,
It'll be a 19.
Okay. You feel, looking between the 4, you feel a very solid and affirmative pull to one of the 2 in the middle, so either the second or third tile.
Alan,
Yeah, what's up?
I reckon it's one of the 2 in the middle, but I'm not sure which one.
Arlen makes a magic.
Arlen can if they want. So got to declare it.
What?
I just, as I hear, I'm assuming this is all been like shouted out. And I just say, what if me and Arlen swap? What if Arlen takes my spot? I go up since I'm more agile. Like, no offense, Arlen, but I think out of the two of us, I'm more nimble.
I
So
would love an idea if it wasn't for the fact that if you move, you
No,
could
I'm
kill us
saying-
all.
No, I'm saying they get on with me and they stay put. I start moving.
I disagree with that, but it's Arlen's call.
Arlen's gonna take away the fence and keep going.
So, are you just going to take a pot shot at either one, or are you going to try and study them?
Can I make an attempt and study, or
Investigation check.
do I, with an incisive sense, get my advantage, or no?
Yeah, go for it, why not?
Thank you.
What's the worst that happen? You get a nat 20?
Probably. Let me grab my two d20s. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. That's pot. Sorry, where's my modifier? Investigation's +8. Okay. 27.
So standing next to Vi, you crouch down, having a look at all 4 of the tiles. Obviously counting on 2 in the middle. On the edge of the 3rd one, you see a very small dot.
Oh.
But you do not see it on the 2nd tile.
So there's a dot on an M on the 3rd one?
Yep.
Is it on the 1st or 4th?
Sorry, my brain is...
As Nisa calls that, is it on the 1st and 4th? You'll have a quick glance, you don't see it on the 1st and 4th.
No.
Then a break from the pattern means usually a good thing when the pattern is kill you. So,
So go on the 3rd?
I would.
I'm going to go on to the 3rd.
Tentatively or confidently?
God,
The Feywild's like a horse, it'll smell your fear.
confidently.
Okay, as you leap, don't feel yourself falling, you look down, you see the outside of the letter glow blue, and then everyone feels the tile slowly moving into a more unified centre, as it then creates the bridge across for Alvin, Artemis and Calvar.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh my god, thank you. Well done, everyone. Well done.
Okay.
As Calvar makes it across, he's like, to be honest, I honestly thought you were going to die there, Tiefling.
Yeah, I appreciate the shoddy advice, Calvar. Honestly, I do.
Well, we've still got 2 more to do. But now you know how to solve it, it shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, don't listen to you. Otherwise, I die. You told me the wrong thing, mate.
Right.
Hold on, no, I didn't say it. Your
No,
tabaxi
it
friend
was
said
me.
it.
You gave my tabaxi friend the wrong advice. Say the
Lisa?
word it says.
Lisa,
I would be fine with this if I didn't really fall into the pits of the underworld.
don't blame him. It was my mistake.
He was the one who kidnapped us.
It was my mistake.
Putting that out there.
Lisa.
He kidnapped us. Fine. I apologize. I'm very sorry that you drugged us, kidnapped us here, and now I'm blaming you.
Lisa.
No, genuinely I am. Really sorry for this.
Lisa.
Come on. Let's go.
If your only bet at being free was to kidnap and drug someone, would you do it?
No, I would not, because I'm not those kind of people.
You're not desperate.
I'm not desperate enough to drug and kidnap people, no.
That's
So,
the
if you lot
difference.
stop bickering, we've got another word in chicken scratch over here.
Indeed.
Let's go.
Let's get this.
Kick-
Yeah.
Like, are we all good to move, or are we?
Yeah,
or do
you're
we-
now
do-
on a safe
okay,
spot.
Okay, thanks, fuck. I was gonna say because I thought we all just start running.
So looking down at the word on the floor, this time, Alvin and Vi, you see it says Leben, which is life.
This time it says life.
And taking a page out of your previous experience, glancing up, you see it's only 4 tiles, so you can see which language this is meant to be in. As Leben has 5, life has 4 letters.
Dib's not doing it this time. Dib's not doing it this time.
I'll do it.
I can volunteer.
I'll do it.
Alvin raises his hands as his 4th.
Okay then. Alvin, Zeta, you lot first. Means as we'll follow behind.
Okay,
Alvin just rolls up his pretend sleeves like, oh, this is easy, as he just jumps on the L. It's like, come on, who's next?
I jump onto the I.
I'll.
Do you want to go or do you want me to go? I don't really mind.
I'll jump onto the F.
Okay, Hazel just brushes past everyone, just hop, skip, jumps onto the F.
I'll
go
do it.
E.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, so as the 4 of you make the word, you all see it form together, making the bridge across to the 3rd word.
Okay, let's go.
That's
What's
the
the
bit.
word?
The 3rd word, Vi and Artemis, if you're going to look down it says Leistung, which means power.
This time it's power.
Philosophical fuckwits, aren't they?
How many sets of tiles?
There is 5, but they are all blank.
Oh,
dear.
Can I make a check to see if I recognize the phrase freedom, life, power?
Make an intelligence check. General intelligence.
23.
It's used by freedom fighters and patriots mostly to promote freedom against tyranny, life or death, power in the face of cowardice.
So it's just generally.
Yeah, it's something that possibly would have been chanted through these halls during the uprising.
Okay.
can I
Are there more of
make
those Mr.
a
Beasts
check? I'll make an investigation check on the first row of tiles to try and see if one of them has the P.
As you look down, you see they're all weirdly smooth. Like you can't discern what sort of being managed to smooth them down, and you can't discern which one is the P.
Can I see if there's any marks?
Does it look like someone's intentionally sabotaged it?
Yes. Whereas the other stones look like hand carved and chipped out of the rock itself, these are incredibly smooth.
So it looks like they have carved the P out and made the stone smooth. Great.
Right. Random thing. Calvar,
Yes.
anybody ever made it this far before?
One group.
One? Oh, great. Do you know how dirty their boots were?
They were all bare feet, they were all monks. Came from a monastery over in a far away land.
Oh, that's not overly helpful. I'm gonna get down like as close as I can to the tiles, just to see if there's any kind of like footprints on them that have been kind of edged in.
Make a survival check.
Survival?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a 10.
As you get down low enough to try and see, you don't see any real boot print markings.
Alright. Now,
You want to do something risky.
from my prior experience, stepping on it just means it crumbles away, right?
Yeah.
Calvar?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna press down with my. Can I reach all 4 of them?
You can reach them. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna keeping my legs on where I am now. I'm gonna press down with one hand individually on each of the tiles, so that if they crumble, I can just take my hand off and move away.
Okay, so starting from left to right, the first tile you put your hand on, it crumbles away. The second tile remains solid. The third one crumbles away, and the fourth one crumbles away.
Now, is there anything on that tile, like a mark or anything, that could prove that it's a tile that we should on the other tiles?
None that I can see, but you're more than welcome to look.
Try and have a look. Investigation check. And your intelligence is flat, isn't it? Meant investigation.
Yes.
So what was that?
Hold on. Yes. 15.
The corners of this one, as opposed to some of the others, are very pointed.
Can I look at the others to see if there are any others pointed like that?
Looking to the second row, you do see one tile that has extremely pointy corners.
The pointed corners. They may be the ones that we're meant to step on.
You know, we've had our fallings out in the past, but as things go, I trust you. Anybody else want to do this, or shall I?
Fuck it, I'll join you.
I'd rather you didn't join me. The
Ezio,
tiles
gonna jump
really
for
are
it?
big enough for one flamingo.
I'll walk on.
Great, the Thin Man's doing it.
So Zeta steps on the first one, yeah?
Yeah.
Who's going for the second tile?
I'll go.
Okay, so you scan around looking for the pointed corners, you see that it's over on the fourth one. Leaping over, you land safely, the edge of it glows blue. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Zaz called it first.
Uh-huh.
But don't worry, Vi, you'll be next.
Cool.
So, you watch as Zaz, you go along, you look for the pointed corners. You've got quite a way to jump, it's over on the first tile, but you manage to do it nice and cleanly. You see the tile go blue. Vi making your way up to Zaz, you do see the pointed corner on the second tile. Little jump over. Who's going to take the
Me.
Okay. I'd appreciate it if you let me finish a question, but I like your enthusiasm.
Sorry.
So, you make your way across. All 4 tiles have pointed corners.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh shit. Oh. Okay, I'm going to investigate what one looks different.
Investigation check.
If all else fails, Princess, you can always do what I did. Just press and pray.
I'm not very sure on my agility. That's
Fair
another
enough.
15.
Princess, if you want to stay on the one I'm on, I don't mind going ahead.
So Vi's offering to go for the 5th and final row.
Vi, can you see anything that looks different between the... I can't really...
Can
decide.
I
look?
lean over to check them all out?
Sorry, what?
Can I have a look?
Okay, Vi, make a perception check. Zeta, what the fuck did you just say?
I was saying, can I send Bean over to check them out?
As you send Bean over, again, they look perfectly smooth, all identical slabs.
That'll be a 19.
Have a look at the slabs. You look at the first one and the second one. There's no real difference about them. You look at the third one. There is a tiny bit of damage to it, and then you look at the fourth one and it's pristine.
The third one has a bit of damage to it.
I'll go for
I
it.
will, command Bean to give it like a little.
Should we send Hazel over so we don't step on the pet? Be a good idea to get a proper weight on it,
I'll
not
go
just
for
some light pixie dust.
I'll go for it.
So you're just gonna go for it?
Yeah.
Okay, as you do, you feel it sort of bounce a bit, like it's got suspension.
Hmm.
But the outline goes
Everything right?
and then you feel obviously the tiles move together once more. You've made your way across.
Thank you.
Well done.
Well done, everyone. Getting there.
I trusted you there, and you got my back.
Of course.
Thank you.
No problem.
So, now that you've done the first life or death situation, are you gonna just gather your thoughts, gather your feelings, all that stuff, or are you just gonna plow on? You've got a massive oak door in front of you.
We need to gather our thoughts. I need to gather myself as Hazel.
Can I
After
make
that
a
race.
history check? Sorry, are you still speaking?
No,
I've
would you?
just finished.
Yeah. Go on, Zay.
Can I like make a history check to identify any groups of freedom fighters that would speak primarily in Draconic?
Go ahead, history check.
History or
Yeah.
nature? Okay.
History.
16.
So generally, obviously, those who speak Draconic, the Dragonborns would mainly use this phrase. The main one being a group of Dragonborns and dragons on the island of Norden, which wasn't actually too far from Intracia.
So would I know about this?
No one's been able to get to Norden for thousands of years.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's in your lore.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
So
Would
what's
that group have any business in Bon Fortuna?
Haven't seen anything linking them to it, and as far as you're aware, they're the most isolationist beings known to man.
I'm gonna walk over to Calvar.
Isolationists. Did you say that in character?
No, I was saying that as a DM to a player.
Okay.
So
I'll
you
like
walk over to
relay
Calvar.
this information to the party.
Okay.
Then I'll go and talk to Calvar.
Okay, so you see him standing at the door, just sort of almost preparing himself for what's to come next.
So, you have any idea who sabotaged those last tiles?
I can only make an impromptu guess that it was Freya herself, not wanting anyone to actually get to her. But at the end of the day, it could have been anyone.
Insight
I wonder why
check.
she doesn't want people near her. Won't she feel
Can I
lonely?
make an insight?
Insight on...
If he's lying about it probably being Freya.
Do I know if he's lying?
Insight check.
Dirty 20.
He seems to be telling the truth. Obviously, it's not solid truth because he's only on speculation, but you can feel he's got some pretty solid strength behind his words.
Okay.
So that's what's Zaz gonna do just in these like 5-10 minutes while you're just relaxing?
He's like, okay, so we got through this puzzles. Okay, now for the next one to deal with. Oh jeez.
We got this. Okay?
Yeah.
Can I look around me and see if there's anything intriguing about it, like the door?
You look up at the door. It's pretty big, but I think everyone on Friday will agree with on the Friday groups will agree with me. It's a door.
Door.
Oh.
Cult.
Oh god, what the fuck?
Oh.
Hazel,
Yeah.
just before we, go through this and, I don't know, deal with whatever's on the other side, I'm glad I can trust you.
Who are you saying that to?
To Hazel.
What did you say again, sorry?
Just before we go through the door and, deal with whatever's on the other side. I assume Arlen's with you?
Yeah, where is Arlen? Where's Arlen chilling?
I'll be near Hazel, but not like directly beside them.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Oh, they're just there.
But thank you. Just before we deal with
I'm not allowed to buy
all of
anything.
this,
Remember?
I'm glad to know I can trust both of you. Thank you.
Yes.
And
I'm not
at
just
that,
going
I'll...
to trick you to tell you which one to go on, and it's wrong. I don't wish death upon anyone, unless they wish death upon me. Or my love.
As royalty goes, you two are the best. Trust me, I've dealt with enough. And I'm just gonna head over to Vi, get my rifle and blunderbuss ready, put hollow points in, things like that, just in case it's a fight.
Okay, so Arlen, Hazel, you gonna do anything else?
I'm gonna go over to Arlen, and I'm going to go. Hey, you seem a bit away from the group. Are you okay?
I feel like we're missing something.
What are we missing?
How would we have got to this manor and started doing all this? And what if we've missed something?
I know. I keep thinking that there's more to this place.
I want to go discover it before we do this. This might waste more time for us being in here, but what if there's something we can unlock? What if there's something that can help us?
What about the others? What do they think?
The others just want to get out of here. I want to discover more. What if there's something that we can learn about Freya? Something that can
I want to
give
know
us
more
more
about
of an
Freya.
access into what Artemis has gone through.
I want to know why Freya's here and what they went through. Why they don't want people reaching them.
Well, if the others want to get out of here, why don't we go and find it? Or whatever it is, what we can find.
Maybe we should bring it up with them?
Whatever.
Hey,
I'll just hold my arms and just lean up against the wall.
I'm gonna call to the group. Hey, I know that we want to get out of this place. But if Freya is in there and doesn't want people to reach her, if we reach her, don't you think that we need to know about her? We need to know why she's here and why she doesn't want people reaching her?
I mean, I'm sure we could ask, but you've seen out there. If we go back out and learn more stuff, which of course we can you guarantee our safety?
I cannot guarantee your safety, no.
Then can you guarantee that she is behind here? Because if not, I'm sure we could learn more about it in this manor. But out there with all those faceless killing machines, I'm not sure we stand much of a chance, even with all our gear.
Is there a library in this
If
manor?
Freya isn't behind there, which she might not be.
You seem like... Maybe?
Maybe?
she might not be, then we could learn more about the manor itself and what got her trapped here, etc., etc. But out there, we could just get torn to shreds again.
What about in this manor? There might be a library in here.
Probably.
Then let's go look for one. But I'd rather not leave again.
For once, I actually agree with you, sir. We're better off in here than out there. Out there, there's a good high chance that we're dead. In here, we have a better chance of survival, and a better chance of learning this place.
But like always, and like I always say, I'll run with you guys, regardless of your guys' choices.
Okay. I think that we should look for a library to get as much as a higher chance to find out about Freya than we already know. Because if she is behind that door and she's looking for a fight, then at least we have a one-up on her. We know about her.
You hear the doors creak open as Calvar pushes them open. And he's just... Well, I don't think we have to look far. As you all look inside, it is towering bookshelves. Just as far as you can see, going down. With masses upon masses of blank grey books with colourful ones dotted in between.
DM,
Yeah.
may I walk in and see if there's like a desk or just like any form of just like main kind of like storage desk?
As you walk in and have a look around, you see obviously the towering bookshelves with like tables at the bottom, and a few tables scattered around just in front of you, but you don't see any like sort of secretary desk or management desk or anything like that.
Could there be any sort of like office in there then?
You can spend some time looking around trying to find one if you please.
Is that okay if I do?
Yeah.
In
Thank you.
fact, I'm going to join you on that because I still want to try and find. What was the name of that one? What was the name of that office? The architect's office that Arlen's, Artemis's original body was in.
They're in the architect's office.
Just look around and see if I can find anything about that or any sort of books that catch my interest.
So are you two going to go together or are you going to go different roads?
I'm going for the
I
F
don't know.
section for Freya.
Okay, you're going to go for...
Can I bring Hazel with me? Can I just like drag Hazel with me?
She's not joining.
She wants to do her own research, okay?
Okay, I'll go search for an office myself.
So you and Ezio are going two different paths to find this office. Okay. So while you're doing that, Zaz, what are you gonna do?
I guess probably look find some information about how we can like defeat is it Enya, I think?
Freya.
Sorry, Freya.
You were close.
So you're looking for the F section with Hazel?
Yeah.
Oh my god, research buddies again!
I just say these like bookshelves aren't like labelled at all.
Oh great.
Yeah.
So
Probably
it's
one
a
of-
potluck, but hey ho.
Yeah.
What's Lisa and Vi going to do?
I'm gonna take Vi with me and look for books about our resident kidnapper, just to see if I can back up his story, see what really happened.
Okay, and finally, what's Zeta going to do?
I'm going to have a look for any books that can offer a bit more insight into the oxidization acne.
I love your name for it. You know what? It's now gone from the rust to the oxidization acne. Yeah, what two things are you looking for?
About Freya.
Yeah, about Freya.
And about Bon Fortuna and how it was created.
Okay, so you're going to look about that. Saz is looking for stuff about Freya as well.
History of Bon Fortuna.
Zeta's looking for stuff on the cause of this rust. Vi and Nisa are going to go look just to back up Calvar's claims, and Arlen and Ezio are going to look for an office. So what we'll do is we'll start with Arlen and Ezio because we started with you two in rotation. So looking around the entire library, just like looking obviously between bookshelves around the place, you don't see any like clear office space. You do see a couple like pages on tables, a couple things here and there, but you don't necessarily see an office.
Do our paths eventually like meet?
You do cross at some point, obviously, because you're pretty much doing a circuit of this place. You do cross at some points, but you don't like join together.
As we just go to like cross, I just stop for a second. Just listen. I get it. You don't trust me, but we need to talk.
I'm going to keep looking, but kind of pause with my back to him, just like, and I'm gonna just like mutter to myself, "Oh fuck, here we go again," and just go, "Mm-hmm."
You saw something. Fuckhead. And I've been trying to get your attention, but you keep walking away. I get it. You're scared. I'm scared of this thing too. I don't want this thing as much as you don't want it to kill you. So can we just not constantly walk away from each other? Can we not act like a massive emo towards me and shit like that? Can we just talk about what you found and anything else you know?
I'm going to turn to you and look at you, and you'll see two pitch black eyes and just look at you and say, "What do you want to know?"
As he takes off his mask, you can see the like black pupils and looks at you. The encounter we had back at the orb, he took over. What did he tell you? And what happened? Because I don't know.
Let me grab my notes. I've read many notes.
I remember in case you need to jog your memory.
Nah, I've got it. Okay. I know who it is. And I know where.
What?
I know the name from. I read it during college.
Oh, are you serious?
Would I lie to you?
Yes.
You can check if she's lying. She's lying. He's lying. Sorry.
Fucking sure.
Fuck it, insight check.
Go
Uh, that's a 17.
Telling the truth. You do not sense any sense of lie in my tongue.
His name. What is it?
Professor Crimsonwood.
As you say, Professor Crimsonwood, you can see his head twitch, but he's still in control. And just, oh, what the?
Okay, I think we're somewhat right, but somewhat wrong.
He told me himself, so would I lie? No.
Yeah, well, right now he's telling me some shit that's... Ow, fuck. He's screaming at me saying, I'm not like that freedom, peace-loving hippie. I'm no professor. If you want to refer to me as something, just Crimson. Not professor. So, I guess that's a start, but my guess is that if there's someone called Professor Crimsonwood that they know of what this is and they know possibly how to stop it. Do you know any sort of idea where this professor would be?
Would I have an idea, DM?
Sorry, say that again. My mind just rebooted.
Would I have like an idea on where anything to do with his shadow could be? Or no?
You
Professor
have
Crimson.
no clue.
I mean, he could research it. He's in a library.
Yeah, but this library is Spawn Fortuna.
It's
not
Bon
the real
Fortuna,
library.
it wouldn't be anything.
Wouldn't have anything on Professor Crimsonwood.
No. As I say, this is a Bon Fortuna library, so everything in here is going to be Bon Fortuna related.
Okay.
I will
I have a certain
just
things.
shake my head no at him, and then I'm going to continue looking for an office.
As you continue to walk, he just stops you for a second. Just, listen, I know you can't fully trust me, and I get it. But as he holds out his hand like shaking your hand, thank you for this.
You have no idea how this means.
I shake your hand with agreement, but also a sense of mistrust. As if, like, I can trust you, but
Not
to an
totally
extent.
Yeah.
And then I will just continue looking for an office.
Okay, so you continue looking. Ezio, are you going to continue your search?
As Arlen goes, I just turn to myself and just say, okay, you little fuck. As I'm talking to him, I now know your name. Meaning soon, you're gone. I don't have to deal with you for much longer.
You just hear in your head that.
You think you think you can stop me? I dealt with you for years. I can deal with you for a few more. But as of right now, I'm gonna clean up the mess that you've made. I'm gonna go find Nita.
Okay, so speaking of which, we will go to Nisa and Vi. So, obviously, the two of you went in searching for information to back up Calvar's claim. That was obviously all the stuff that happened in Bon Fortuna, all the stuff that led to this current state of affairs. You do head down and out. It's got obviously a couple strewn pages out on the desk and a couple books slightly pulled out from the bookshelf. Obviously, very abstract colours from the blanketing grey books that cover the rest of the bookshelves. What is it you'd like to do? Have we got Anissa and Vi?
We do.
Okay. Okay. So, what is it you'd like to do? You see torn out pages scattered around you and a few books sticking out. Obviously, bright colours as contrast to the blanket grey.
How tall are the bookshelves?
They go up a good 20-25 feet.
Cool.
I'm just cause I'm gonna look for any to do with either Freya and her deal, like why she was here, like her backstory, anything to do with that, or anything to do with our resident kidnapper and his deal, and anything to do with that. So either of those two people, any books to do with those people.
I would like to look for books to do with, like, this place in general, like Bon Fortuna.
Okay, so you have a look at the books sticking out. some of them are obviously history of Bon Fortuna. Some of them are actually collective diaries of personal accounts of people who worked and lived here. You don't find anything specifically on Freya, but you do see enough of like the background figures of the people who built and the people who lived here. So, looking through the books, you come across personal accounts, obviously. In the bulk diaries, you see pages, some of which read pretty similar along the lines of, but one sticks in your mind as just like a scrawled out date, and followed by a short paragraph that says, "He took them. He took them all, and I don't know if I can go on much longer. If they ask me one more thing, I will simply say no. I cannot be forced into this place. You cannot make me!" And you also see others that mention that they've been robbed, that they've been cheated. Some from the citizens actually mention how they were basically paid and subsidized to work and be merchants here. A lot of them saying that the patrons, one of which being Freya, others being unnamed simply as the suitors, would routinely walk around and sometimes even bully people into sort of heightening profits, heightening trade as such. In terms of the history of this place, you do see a couple books which recount the tale, obviously, of Bon Fortuna, lining up very similarly with what Calvar has said, with obviously a few personal differences, obviously from points of view and such, but you do collect the picture that this was built with one goal in mind, no one knowing the true goal, not even the suitors knowing what the true goal was, but essentially it led to worsening conditions for the workers before a armed insurrection, and then the eventual plague and destruction of Bon Fortuna itself.
What do I find?
We'll get to you. Shut up.
So, Freya, in the main gist, along with the suitors, before she was imprisoned here somehow, was a bully to the people.
You find in the tales that she was respected. She was obviously held as some sort of hero, obviously giving jobs to thousands of people, giving a home to thousands of people. She was seen as like a goddess bringing life to this part of the world. But then as the years went on, as the toil continued, it mentions her attitude degrading, her manners evaporating, her mood becoming more sinister and sour, before eventually it obviously starts accounting of her demanding certain things that were impossible to fulfill.
Seems like a classic tale of going mad with power. Sad to hear it. I'm sure she was good back in her day. Regardless, we all know the disdain I have for people mad with power, so guess I'm gonna have to kill her, same as always. She won't let us leave otherwise, I know that for a fact.
So
It looks like this was all a nice place. Nicely run, nice people. Shit went south, people went mad with power. Didn't get paid, profits went down, rent went up, power went up, madness went up. And this all happened.
Sounds like real life. Sorry, what?
You good, Vi?
Yeah.
Good.
So as you recount these effects and obviously making your own assumptions, you do see Ezio walking on over.
As I slowly approach, I just raise my hand to the edge. Not here to fight. I want to talk.
I know you want to talk. You always want to talk. You like hearing your own voice. And the voice of that weirdo in your head, apparently.
No, if anything, I'd rather be quiet. I realise that this truck's made a mess, and what I'm trying to say is, I heard your message. I wish to parley, if you still want to.
I'll parley, but as I said before, and I will say again, there is the clear and unforeseen condition, well, not even unforeseen, the clear and very distinctly seen condition. Enya's mine. I made a promise to kill her. I'm upholding that promise.
That was for Fable. And whilst she was in somewhat working. If you
Enya, of clear sound in mind, said that if Fable was to take hold again, I was to kill her. That was Enya. That wasn't Fable saying it, that was Enya. Now,
But that is if Fable took over. With even the numbers.
Ezio, I'm going to be clear with you.
I won't stop you.
That's fine. I'm going to be blunt with you. You failed as a father, as a carer, as a mentor, as a teacher, and as a warrior. And because of that, Enya is let loose. That's your mistake. I am doing you a favor by ridding the world of her. If you wish to step in my way, walk away now. Otherwise, and I put my hand out, I will do you your favor.
Just, I won't stop you from freeing her. But I ask you this as a concerned father. Let me, and as a somewhat act as me trying to redeem myself.
Ezio, you failed as a father a long time ago. You are not a father anymore. Your daughter's dead. Mourn that loss. Come to terms with it. And let me bury her body.
She isn't dead. There's something there. Just before you start going on about constantly and quite annoyingly wanting to kill her, which I understand because you made a whole deal, which was if Fable. Right now, we don't know if Fable's the one in control. We only know I can't remember, but insert name there. So I ask you, as party members, not as friends, because it's clear that you fucking hate me, and I find you sometimes I'm a tiny bit annoying. But I ask you, let me try. If I fail, then I fail. If I fail to cleanse her, and if I fail to bring her back, then by all means, any of you, not just you, any of you can kill her. Any of you can free her from this pain that she's in. I'm only here to try and clear up the fact of one thing, and that's not to do with that. It's to do between us.
Let me tell you a story, Ezio. Back when I was running with 3 people as a street thief, we were in a factory together, pulling off a heist, stealing some documents we were going to burn so the factory went under. Because all factories are really just documents around a building. You burn the documents, the building's just a building. We get ready to burn the documents, and a guard comes in with a shotgun. I get my rifle ready. But I don't take the shot because I think maybe he'll look and stop, seeing that we're only 16, 17. I wait. He kills my friend. She dies in my arms. You can try and talk to her, Ezio, but the second Enya is in my sights, I'm pulling the trigger. I don't care if you're mid-sentence, if you're mid-hug, if you're having a tea party together. If I get a lock on Enya, I'm blowing her brains out. You can talk before then, and you can talk afterwards if you come to the grave together.
Listen,
but if you are in my way, I will shoot through you. So stand aside.
I understand that you're no longer hesitant to fight her, and I'm sorry that your friend lost her life. But I beg of you, resist the urge and resist your word for 5 to 10 minutes, maybe not even that. Just let me try to bring her back. if I fail and it doesn't work, then I will look at you and say, you have my blessing, and free my daughter.
I don't
But-
need your blessing. Yeah, I never have. I've threatened your life enough, and you've threatened mine more. As I have just told you, you can talk to her as much as you like, but the second I get a lock on, I'm blowing her head off. If, before then, you are lucky enough to get to her first and snap her out of it, by all means, she can tell me that she is free. But otherwise, I'm going to kill her. I will not wait, I will not hesitate, and I will not breathe before I shoot. I will see her, and I will pull the trigger because it is a featherweight, and my hands are feeling heavy. Now, I've told you before, my friend died in my arms. You are not a friend, Ezio, therefore I will not cuddle you as you pass. If need be, I will fire
wouldn't
through.
want you to.
Then I'm glad we're on the same page. You have, by all rights, the ability to talk to her. I will not stop that, I never have. But if you get in my way, this is your one and only warning. I will kill you. Same with anybody else. I made my promise, and I stick to my word. Good luck.
Speaking of promises, let me just say one thing.
I don't want to kill you. I know I said that I did, but that was out of anger. I have a tendency to get a bit hot-headed. I did not mean what I said. I, both of sound, mind, and body, do not want to and cannot kill you. Because it is against the creed that against the code and creed that I swore to stand by.
Ezio.
He wants to kill you. He
Of course.
wants to. He wants you dead. He wants me to kill her. So it would bring me pain. Which is why I'm not fully against you doing it. Just let me try and save her first, and I'll reiterate it, I'm not going to kill you. But
I've told you.
You constantly saying this, I can't lie to you. It is hurtful. It is driving me to more anger. So, as acquaintances, we may be friends in the future, we may not be. That is your choice. I do not mind. We may still have our whole you calling me Panic at the Disco, me calling you a loudmouth whole thing, which is fine. But let me just say, as I slowly start backing away, I don't want to kill you, and I don't want Anya to immediately die. I want to try and save her first, and if she isn't, and if she don't want to be saved, or if she's completely fine with her decision, then by all means, she's yours. As I walk away.
Telling Tavai, we both know she's dead, don't we? Sort of sad. And you heard me say that I wasn't going to give Ezio the chance, right? Wanted to make sure. And you heard me say of sound, mind, and body that if he threatens me again, I'll kill him, right?
Didn't threaten you that time.
No, I meant before when I did say that. That was of sound, mind, and body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good, making sure. Wanted to know if I should reiterate it. Right. I'm just going to keep looking through the books.
Okay, so as you continue doing that, we will cut to Zeta. So,
Hello.
what was it you were looking for again? Was it general history on the place?
It was for...
Oh no, it was for the rust, yeah.
Yeah, the oxidation acne.
I've got to start calling it that, my god. So, taking a look through, obviously, all the books that are present, you don't find anything, but then you do find one which is more of a scientific book, and followed by a sort of, like, stapled together journal. You know when, like, the great minds have this book, but it's just filled with, like, bits sticking out of where they've sellotaped or paper clipped bits in. You find one of those, and flicking through it, you can see that this sort of corrosive infection, well, this bacterium used to reside underneath the soil which you stand, but when obviously the manor was being built, they had to drill down far below the earth where you currently are. That obviously, you look through the notes, it mentions the first instance of it, how 5 people died upon heavy exposure to it, their bodies not covered in skin but in this really rusted metallic sort of material, and as they siphoned it out to get a better look at it, they managed to learn its potential, learn its cure, learn its weaknesses and its strengths. Obviously, flicking through, you can see loads of different experiments on like how it acts, how it can rust metal even at a single whiff of it, how it can turn a human skin into rusted metal itself. And you then get to a bit which languages do you speak, by the way?
Abyssal, celestial, common, and primordial.
Okay, you do see it in a mixture of primordial and abyssal, obviously to try and code it together so that no one unauthorized or too stupid, in air quotes, could read it. How it then detailed weaponizing it, turning it into sort of a liquid and injection, sort of something that could be fired at the villa if something happened, followed by all these contingency plans, that there were an expanse of plans that were made to build bunkers underneath all the villas and the castle in the Golden Vale, which were intended to house people should the villa get attacked. But obviously you can then determine that it wasn't the villa that got attacked, it was the manor itself by its builders. And in one final entry it does read how there was no other choice left. It was a direct order from Freya to use it against the workers. There was every regret and decision, and if anything, they regret weaponizing it.
So by they, you mean Freya?
Freya and the suitors, yeah.
So, the disease, is it natural or magical?
It's sort of a mix of both. It's obviously natural because it manifests itself under the ground using natural gases combined with sort of like copper sulfates and nitrates to blend and burn into this gas. But it's also magic through where they've developed it and enhanced it, that there is that magical property inside of it. So yes, it does come in a natural form, but yes, it also comes in a modified version that ultimately was one of the biggest regrets of the suitors.
Are there any known cures?
They have. You do flip back a few pages. You see, obviously, the research and development process for a cure. You do see that it was found, it was mass produced, it was passed out to obviously all the suitors and a few of like high-ranking officials. It never got into the production of like mass immunization, but it did get to a stage where there is a cure, it exists. But as to where it exists, different matter.
Okay, so the most likely bet for finding out where to find it or how to make it is asking Freya or the suitors if we find them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stuff that book into my pocket, and then the sword that Zaz got, it was a ruined sword, right?
Yes, it was a ruined mystic sword.
Yeah.
I'll have a look for anything on that.
Oh, and I was gonna go search for it. I was.
Zaz was going to go matching sword with picture. You can
Yeah.
continue to do that if you want, Zeta, or if you want, you can look for something else.
I'll join Zeta to find about this rare mystic sword.
Okay, so so you're gonna abandon your pursuit for Freya and instead go look for information on the sword, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so Zaz, as you join up with Zeta, the pair of you look through a couple books, flicking through. One of them's a history of Esalinti. You flick through about the creation, about all the different ages, about um, about all the uprisings, all that, and then you reach the part where it details obviously Calig's takeover, and then the downfall of Calig, the rise of Esalinti as an independent nation, how it's split into industrial mystic side, and then the war that happened against it. You do see a brief synopsis of the weaponry used, that being obviously the sword that you hold, which, while it wasn't obviously long or, from what you can tell from this state, powerful, its main advantage was that each one was imbued with a different element to add that damage to its attacks.
Okay.
But essentially, which element you got from which sword was completely random.
Right. I'm gonna look this um about this weaponry and see it could be about it.
Okay, so obviously are you just looking at the sword specifically, or just like the general weaponry that the Mystic Army had?
Probably the sword, I'd say.
Okay, so obviously looking at the swords, you do obviously look at your sword, you look at the picture, and it's like, yep, they match. So you read a bit about it. Obviously, it was a standard short sword, very nimble, very light. It did glow in the dark, which is a bonus. Obviously, elemental charges. And then obviously taking a quick glance at the other pages, you do see long swords and spears fashioned in the exact same manner. But getting this back up to a workable condition could require some bloody good talent.
Okay. Cool.
So, as you anything else you'd like to do, or are you just going to continue looking through the book?
I'll continue looking for the book.
Okay, so our last one we come to is Hazel.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for stuff about Freya, yes?
As well as stuff about Fortuna. But mostly Freya and who she is, what she's doing here, and why she doesn't want people near her and her story.
Okay. So, as you look around, you go into a part where you feel like this could be it. You do see a couple stories up, so it will take a bit of agility to get up there.
Agility check.
Acrobatics check, I must say.
$21.
21. That's not bad. You manage to get up there quite safely. You slide the book out. You make your way back down. As you look through it, you see it's a very dumbed down biography of Freya and who she was, where she came from. It starts with obviously a synopsis of her upbringing on a land far to the north from where you currently last were in Esalinti, in a place called Hemland, up to the far north. Being raised by a then very famous ranger and cleric, but after a series of events and her sister falling, trying to find a cure for her mother, Freya then decided to, once curing her mother, who it details as Alwyn Moon Naoma Sturads, she left to find a way to bring her sister Lena back. And that obviously drove her to the Feywild to then build Bon Fortuna to gather the smartest of the smarts to potentially find a way to harness time magic. It then goes on to detail the beginnings of Bon Fortuna, how she was respected, she would help out with obviously all the construction, she would put herself right there with the labourers, she wasn't a boss, she was a leader. And then over the years, as Bon Fortuna came to life and the research and the R&D started, her mood and demeanour turned less from I'm willing to cooperate with I want answers and I want them now, to the point where she commissioned only a select team of builders to construct something under the manor, whatever that may be, and hopefully to go forward with trying to bring her sister back from the dead. Is your hand hurting from the writing?
What have you done to my bean?
What I've done is I've made a very nice expanded universe.
You did, and I love you for that.
Also, hello Zero, welcome to Spectate.
Hi, gorgeous.
So yeah, with that, it obviously
Went to build something under the manor. What was after that?
So went to build something else under the manor, and obviously that's when her mood really changed from I'm willing to do what it takes, but I also want to set up a civilization, to I want these answers, I want them now.
Okay.
And it does end with one direct quote from Freya that says, I will do anything to get Lena back. I loved her, I cared for her, I promised to protect her, and no one's going to fucking take that away from me.
I will do anything to
Protect her.
Is that it?
So it's basically, yeah, I will do anything to protect her, but it like goes into the extent of how vicious she became. So I'll just let you jot that down. How fast writing, my god. You're literally writing it down word for word. I love that. So after you've looked at the book, you going to do anything else?
I'm looking for Bon Fortuna and its history, how it was created and why it is how it is today.
Okay, so as you...
And after seeing that, I'm also going to go to the personal records and see if Freya is in one of the personal records.
So as you sort of leave the aisle and go to the communal section on the opposite end from where you entered, you do see everyone like slowly coming together with like books and books of knowledge.
So I'm going to keep that book.
Yep. So as you all come together, sort of like, there is no office from your continued search, Arlen, yet. But as you all come together with all the information, you see Calvar just sat on the table, his head in his hands, all like perfectly motionless.
Calvar, you good?
This rust hurts badly.
I would have Elvin help you, but we're in the Feywild, so not sure how that spell's gonna go down.
Oh,
Wait,
trust
wait,
me.
wait, wait. What is going on with you?
Oh, you probably, you would have noticed obviously the where you obviously look at Calvar, he is slightly covered in rust on parts of his face and parts of his arms, but now getting a closer look, you can see it like sort of pulling the skin tight.
Do I? And feel free to answer this however you want, because you're the dungeon master. Do I know anything about this or no?
Nope. Not even
Okay.
Zeta knows anything about this until they looked at the book.
I'm just gonna like look at the rust and just be like, oh shit.
Yep, it's definitely as painful as it looks.
Does anyone know about this? 'Cause I don't know. I don't know shit.
Am I here?
Yes, all of you are.
Yep. I will relay everything I know to Arlan.
So obviously they relay obviously how the rust was formed, how it was weaponized, how it was cured, and all that jargon.
And let me guess, you've not been solved yet on that shenanigan.
I doubt I ever will be, but well, it's been a nice run of however many years.
Okay, great.
So, did you all enjoy your little reading ceremonies?
I haven't done. I need to figure out more.
What is it you need to work out?
I want to know what Freya was helping with to find out answers about bringing her sister back.
Wait, what?
Who the fuck?
What the?
I found a book. She lived far to the north of Hemland and was raised by a famous ranger and clerk.
Damn.
Damn.
Cure
Who?
to cure her mum, someone called Arwen Naomi Sturrit.
As you fucking say that, the fucking twitching goes off. The fucking veins.
It's like
God, just
Something right here?
28. Fuck off. Nah. As you can
Alright
hear-
then, I'm taking my rifle out.
Fuckhead.
I'm putting a hollow point there. I'm racking the rifle, putting it on my shoulder.
Wait.
Ezio, on your stomach, hands on your neck.
Fuck off, Tiefling. You're annoying.
One more chance,
Son.
hands on your stomach.
Hold up. Reiterate that name. You said Arwen. Right?
Arwen, yes.
Fucking 20 years and drunk, you kid. Fuck me, goddamn. And Shadow starts cackling. It's like, fucking hell.
Wait, is it just a kid?
One more time, fuckwit. On your stomach, hands behind your neck.
Finish.
Ain't a fucking kid. I never realized. Damn.
I'm not seeing anybody get on their stomachs, Ezio.
I'm guessing her sister died because she looked for a way to bring her sister back, which led to her coming to Bon Fortuna.
That explains a lot.
Which
I didn't
then...
know. Continue.
Ezio, shut the fuck up. Let Hazel speak.
Oh, I was saying, continue.
Which then she went on to researching time magic to bring her back. She was willing to help people here for answers on how to bring her sister back, but then her helping went to demanding, which then led her to build something under the manor because of that.
Damn.
I didn't find out what she built under the manor. I was kind of wondering if I could find something out about that as well. And there was a quote in the back at the bottom saying I will do anything to protect her. I promised I would protect her, and I will do anything to bring her back. And no one is going to fucking stop me.
Damn. You can have shit out back as the veins go away. It's just fucking hell.
So, doesn't sound like too much of what I found. Because I just found she goes mad with power at some point. Starts terrorizing the local people.
I don't think she was mad with power. She's just trying to find out how she can bring her sister back.
Grief, maybe?
Yes, but she's dealing with it by trying to bring her back.
But if her mother is alive, well, if she had a mother who was a cleric, wouldn't they be able to revive?
I reckon they would in most worlds, yeah, but this isn't really most worlds.
Hazel, did you find anything else?
No, not really.
Shit.
I was
Well-
wondering if I was going to research more, but then I ran into you guys, so I thought I'd let you know what I found so far.
Well, that's useful to an extent. If Freya's sister's dead and was trying to bring her back, this could mean anything.
It could mean we could not have to fight at all. If we help her,
We could
or
talk to her
try
about
to.
potentially looking for a way. But if her sister's been dead for too long, then reviving her might not be an option.
Did it say how long she's been dead for, or no?
Did it say that?
You see it mention.
I bring out the book.
So, yeah, you see it mention something about Lena possibly dying around the mid-4th era. So that would be around 4,500 years ago.
Too long. That's too
Okay,
long.
true resurrection is capped at 200 years, so
Yeah,
I thought it
she's
was 100.
long
yeah.
gone.
100 is resurrection. True resurrection is 200.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
that's
So-
what you know.
We see it in the book saying like 4,000 years.
No, I'll just relay it to
Yeah,
you.
well, you all know that an era lasts around 700 years.
Okay.
Well, no, yeah, an era lasts for 700 years. So you're now in the 10th era, 54th year, and this is all the way back in the 4th era.
What's the big guy's name? The one that came with us?
Oh, Calvar?
Calvar. I'm gonna turn to him and ask. So, we have this library full of what we've just found. Is there anything else that came with this? Like some kind of, I don't know, like extra research or like some kind of office?
My guessing is the only office in this place that I know we constructed is Freya's, right at the top.
Can you take me there?
We got one puzzle to go through to get there, but yeah.
I want to see if I can find anything else.
Yeah,
about
just before we
this
start walking,
law.
do
Is that
you mind if we...
There's not really much else to gather from this library. It all seems to be repeating entries, but obviously it's repeating entries but from different points of view.
Stuff I'd like to look at too.
enough to convince anyway?
You've got a solid bit of ground
Solid
from
piece.
all your investigation.
Yeah, just to recap on the story, I guess. So, Calvar, your point of view, you build everything all up with a team of people. Everybody's nice when you build it up, I assume. Then, just before you finish, Freya finds something under the castle, builds something under the castle. Their, I don't know, sister, I think it is, dies. And going mad with grief and slightly mad with power, they start charging everybody everything, terrorizing the local people, terrorizing you. They lock you here. You get trapped here. They, what? Walk off?
That's pretty much it. Obviously, when we first met Freya and she first contracted us, she was happy to lend whatever hand she could to help. But then once the villa was built, and she's like, right, I'm going to start doing all the R&D stuff. You carry on with what plans we have left to do. That's when she turned from quite a charming and nice young lady to, well, there's no way to put it, a bitch.
Do you think she could have started going feral? From the poisoning?
We hardly seen her.
You said that she
Hold on.
was down under the manor where the poisoning started.
If you're talking about the raft,
She
I'm pretty
could be
sure that
poisoned?
she was one of the ones given an antidote, along with the suitors.
Well,
How many
whatever
point of views
estate
were you
down
looking
there.
for?
Sorry, go on.
How many point of views were people looking for? Because I think I have an idea.
It's all pretty much the same, like, because obviously most of the entries are from, like, the workers, so it's just different opinions on hating Freya.
Can I pull a little bit of a mischievous idea?
Yeah, it says in the book, yeah.
Can I pull Artemis aside for like a second?
Yeah, go for it. You just, like, link arms and say, I need a word.
No, instead of linking arms, I'm gonna like kind of sneak over, but not stealthily, to Artemis, and I'm gonna be like, a word, yoink!
The fuck?
Okay, as you walk over, she sees you coming, and as you're like, a word, she goes to speak, but then it's, like, sort of cut short as you just drag her away. You're like,
Hold on, Ezio, we have something important.
What the fuck?
Hold on, give me 1 moment.
Look, can you just explain first before dragging me somewhere?
Okay. This is kind of related to this. What do you know about Freya?
I don't know, but I know I was sent here to kill her, like, all those moons ago.
What? Has she, like, done anything to you? Has she, like, I don't know, has she treated you good? Has she treated you bad? Did she, I don't know, do something to you? Or how do you... Has she done anything to you? Like, if people have treated, like, if she treated people like this, and demanded them because of power and shit, and, like, grief, what has she done to you, or do you have nothing to do with her?
Well, let's just say she's good with a blade and she's good with her magic. Let's
Did
just
you
put
get
it
her?
and leave it at that.
Were you harmed by her or anything?
I said, let's just leave it at that, Arlen. And she goes
I'm going
look
to
away.
the... I'm then just gonna, like, rub my hands together and be like, information, and I'm just gonna walk back to Hazel.
Does the Feywild let her use magic?
Maybe. Possibly. Who the fuck knows?
Or maybe she's figured out what our spells do.
Guess so. And I assume she's been here for a while, Calvar?
She's obviously, she was around 4,000 years before any of you were even thought of. So,
Before we were born.
and by the looks of her, in a half-elven stance, she looks to be on the wrong side of 50. So she's been here some time.
Right.
How old was she when she came here?
Early 20s.
My baby was too young.
So what is it you're all going to do now? As you see Artemis, like, in a frustrated stance, just return to the group as Arlen just comes back with that face of, I'm going to find you out, weirdo.
No, I have the look like information, but maybe my theory was correct.
Arlen, we're going to this
Darling?
office. There's more information there.
Why do you think I was planning to go and find one anyways, love?
Anyway, where's this next puzzle?
Glad you asked. As he just
So-
stands up and he just opens the door out of there. Get ready for some stairs.
Okay.
There's a few of them.
That's
How
fine.
tall
I'm
are the
used to
stairs?
walking a lot.
Yeah, as you walk through the door, it is nearly vertical.
Kitsune form!
No, it is nearly vertical. The stairs are like that. It's like, think of like stairs on a ship, but worse.
Oh, so it's like miniature
So
stairs.
You've got
So we're like
about
an-
3 inches to stand on.
so
dear.
it looks like
Doors
we're
are smaller.
crawling on all fours basically to try and get there.
Pretty much. So I would like everyone to make acrobatics checks to make sure
Oh, for
that
God's
they actually get
sake.
up. I'll
How
ask
dare you.
everyone one by one, so keep your numbers in mind.
You want me to make one with disadvantage
Hang on.
for Alvin?
No, go ahead and make one flat for Alvin.
Alright, there.
Yeah, the
Do
medium.
am I like? I'm already on all fours. Am I?
Activate all your paws. Make it with
I
advantage.
only
guys.
have four. Am I going on all sixes?
Go for it. Why not?
Can I make it with a...
Sure. Is that still at disadvantage?
No, advantage.
What I
Ooh,
missed?
advantage.
Yay.
What was it? Athletics. Was it? What did I say?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics check,
acrobatics.
Arlen. And
Huh,
obviously,
what?
acrobatics.
Or no.
Acrobat check. Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, only Vi gets it with advantage because they have fucking many limbs.
I have paws,
Yeah, but you only have 4.
but they're tiny paws.
But you still got to climb.
Okay, that's a 6.
So I'll come around one by one. We'll start with Arlen.
Natural 1 plus 5.
So 6. Zaz.
Natural 20 plus on 21.
My God, you are flying up this stairs. Ezio.
Also a natural 1+5.
So okay. So 6. Alven got 10. That's good. Vi.
22.
Okay. Nisa.
There's a 28.
Hazel.
3 plus 3.
So 6. That's 3 of you with 6s. And Zeta.
18.
Sorry, I was wrong. That was
Wait,
not
wait.
a natural 1. It was an 11 plus 5, so 16.
Okay.
But
So, Ezio and Hazel, you two are going up very cautiously. Like, you are terrified of falling. So you're taking it very clear step at a time. Alvin's sort of doing the same as you, but it's sort of like being a bit more adventurous.
Also,
The rest of you,
I'm behind everyone.
the rest of you are scaling this like it's just a normal ladder.
This is easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Well, Calvar's joining you at your speed. Hazel. So, after what feels like an eternity, but is actually only 40 seconds of climbing, Zaz, Arlen, Nisa, Vi, and Zeta, you all reach the top where you see a series of 8 tablets on the wall and 5 holes in the wall in front of you.
What's on the tablets?
Can I investigate one of the tablets?
So, having a look at all the tablets, starting from the left and going around clockwise, you've got. You notice all of them have sort of a tic-tac-toe grid.
Okay.
You see one with a dot in the top corner. You see one with a dot in opposing corners in the top right and the bottom left. One with 2 dots in top corners and 1 in the bottom middle. You then see one with a dot, a slash, in a dot in the top left corner, a slash in the top center, and a dot in the bottom left corner. Then going to the opposite side, you've got one with a slash in the dead center, a slash in center right, and a circle in the bottom right. One with the mirror image of the one with a 2 in the top corners and 1 in the center. It's the same, just reversed. One with a single dot in the top corner, and then one which is completely filled with dots.
I thought for a second it kind of looked like Morse code, but it didn't.
By the way, before I go up, can I take with me the book on the Wrath and the book on the Ruined Sword?
Yeah, you took them with you anyway.
Okay, just checking.
I mean, I've got the ruins all with me, so then means it
So
and
eventually, obviously, Calvar, Hazel, and Ezio, you do get there as well.
Fuck is this?
oh, it's like some kind of like gridded uh tablet pattern, with, like dots and dashes and.
Looks like Sticks and Stones. Y'all remember that game? Like when we were like younger, Sticks and
Oh
Stones.
yeah, where like some people like throw sticks in the river and then one is one. Well,
No,
yeah.
I mean like Sticks and Stones. You had to like line up 3 sticks in a row, line 3 stones in a row. Whoever did it first wins.
Ah, I see.
So what if this is like that?
But because of
I guess.
saying
I
that
guess
worked
so.
so well, that was complete
Maybe.
confidence.
I don't fucking know.
But it could be something like that.
So you see, obviously, the 8 tablets are on the wall. You see 5 slots in the wall in front of you. What is
Maybe
it that you would like to do?
maybe we arrange them in a chronological order of a game playing out.
Could be.
So just let me just make notes. Let me just run through. Let me just quickly draw 8 boxes.
Hang on, let me just grab a pen so I can
Yeah,
do
I'm
the
quickly making. Yes.
What's Alvin's investigation modifier?
It's shit. Why?
Tell me.
His
I have
investigation is a
a
flat
passive
0.
23 investigation.
Okay, because he just rolled an
Mine's
18.
40.
You see Alvin walk over and he's like, and he just points in secret, thinking, hold on, there's a connection here.
Bro, what you found?
What if Zaz is correct?
Hey? Oh, okay.
What if it is
But-
Morse code?
Yeah, it could be, because, like, there's some dots, and then there's some or dashes, and then if we put the dots in the correct order, maybe we could, like, see what kind of letter appears.
Dashing doors are Morse code, but
Reading this
Oh.
one, he points to the one which has the dash in the dead center, the dash in the center right, and the dot in the bottom right. This is a G.
Okay.
brother, read the rest.
He goes around. He's like, you got a G, you got a W, you got S. You've got 2 S's.
Okay.
He points to the 2 that are mirrored.
Right.
You've got a U, an E, and a couple of. What if the password is just guess?
That could. I mean,
No.
could the W be and like some kind of like give off? It's like throwing us off.
You want to try and put guess in there?
Could be. Should we give it a go and see what happens?
Well, if it's wrong, it's on our heads. And
Yeah,
so fuck
what's
it.
the worst that can happen? I mean, we all die. Come on, let's do it. As
Fuck it,
Alvin
let's do it.
Alright, fuck it. It's my
slides
own.
out the G. He slides out the one that represents G, and as he pops it in, you hear this sort of mechanical stonework clicking and clacking.
I'm gonna take both the S's.
And
Okay, you're going to take one of the S's.
Both of them.
You can only carry one at a time.
I'll
Then we'll
move
take
the other
one of
one.
them.
Okay, so Ezio's taking one. Zaz, which one are you taking?
So I'll take the other S, I think.
Okay, so you both place the S's in the final slot. You hear clicking, not as much as the G, but you feel like this is something. As Alvin spins around, two people grab the U and the E.
I'll grab the U.
I'll grab the.
Okay, as you pick them up, and as you walk them over, you slot them in. You hear the metallic clicks. It then all clicks into place as the tablets fade into the wall, and then in an arcane writing, it just says "Guess who?" as the wall fades to reveal a marble door.
What's that Pokemon?
Guess that
Who's that?
Pokemon?
Pokemon!
It's
Who's that
the fairy.
Pokemon?
Fuck!
Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu. Wrong. It's fucking Arceus. Come to smite you.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu. Diglett. Fuck!
It's the fairy. Can I investigate the marble door?
Make an Arcana check.
Bets. I get a plus 11 on that shit.
Oh,
The
I mean,
Natural,
my
natural
con is at
20
plus.
plus 11, so 31.
That's good.
You sense a very heavy presence of clerical magic.
Cleric magic. Oh
Uh-oh.
boy.
Ooh.
Oh, it's
Damn.
Okay.
Cleric magic. That Arlen's
Can
investigated.
Can I place my hand on the door, but then turn to Big Boss Man? I forgot his name again.
Calvar.
Yeah. Can I like turn to him and say, "Clerical magic, what do you know about this?" As I just place my hand on the door.
He walks
Magic
up.
cast by clerics.
He walks up. He does a slight chuckle at your comments, Aita, but then he looks at the door and it's like, you know, I always wondered why Freya wanted a marble door, and now I know. They're the easiest to enchant.
I just have my hand on the door, like, yes, this is marble.
Yes, the marble is marble.
Is there a reason why
The marble
Freya,
door is made out of marble.
is there a reason why Freya likes marble doors? Is she into like marbles?
If she demanded power, then she probably wanted something to symbolize power and that she was higher above everyone else. So probably this to show some kind of wealthiness.
Ah, I see.
Wealthiness from gold.
What spells have I? Actually, no, I don't want to risk any spells because it's not working very well.
Okay, I'm going to cast Detect Magic to see what happens.
Uh-oh.
As you do, you sort of focus into the door, and you try and figure out what the magic is. But as you open your eyes to sort of look at what it is, you are completely blinded.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Okay, I
Can
drop
I-
concentration on that and ask around if anyone has blindness, deafness.
I do.
So yeah, you drop the spell, your vision returns.
I raise my hand like.
I just point to Arlen. You've got this, Arlen.
Thanks, buddy.
No problem, buddy.
I'm gonna cast blindness and deafness on it.
So on the door, you cast it. You detect the presence of obviously a warding charm. It's not meant to be broken by any spells or anything, but it's not locked. Like,
So-
Freya had enough faith in her spells that she didn't lock the door.
So it's got warding charm on it, but it's not locked.
So it could be a warning.
So it could have an alarm on it.
Yeah, that could
Can I? Wait, shit, no, because if it's
You're going up to the door. Hazel's going up to the door.
I'm already.
I'm
at
gonna go up
the
to the door and just fucking open it.
I'm already at the fucking door.
Everyone's just going to the door and everyone's just bomb rushing the door.
Yeah,
Bomb
well,
rush it. Fuck it.
Just- through the door.
Yeah, I'm moving back to a safe distance.
FBI, open up.
So yeah, Hazel and Etsy both walk up to the door. You scooch past Arlen and Calvar, and both of you just shut the door aside. It's heavy. It's a solid marble door, but you move it aside with all your strength. The most. You know how in Gene Wilde's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, everything's
God.
cut in half.
Oh yeah.
This room is completely symmetrical.
Wait,
Suspicious.
can I do? Is it an office?
It is Freya's personal office. The
Can I
main
just- check it out?
the main office room itself is completely symmetrical.
I'm going in and checking it out.
DM, DM.
Okay, make a perception check, Hazel.
Can I yoink? Can I claim the desk and yoink it and like loot it completely?
Okay, my perception continues.
4. 4 on the door. So you look around. This is a really nice office. Like it's got mahogany, it's got polished oak, it's got really lavish book, it's got a couple swords. They're all
can I
like just fantasy like literature, like this world's fantasy.
Any interesting information I need
They're
I want the
to know?
desk.
like
What about
grab
in
the
the
swords?
desk?
At the desk, well, Arlen at the desk. Arlen just beelines to the desk. You see on the desk open.
I'm just
is
like-
a-
You do that desk, Arlen.
So, open on the desk is obviously a book with very elegant handwriting in it, open on a single page.
Yoink, yoink, yoink.
I'm
Can I
reading
yoink? Can I?
So you're
No,
gonna go and read it.
I want to yoink it.
I'm going to read it
No,
over Arlen's shoulder.
So you read it over Arlen's shoulder. On it,
Yeah.
it's in very elegant handwriting, like long handwriting, and it says, "Today has not been the best day, not with this armed insurrection, and I've just ordered the use of a chemical fucking weapon. God, what's Dad gonna think? But when he knows that I've succumbed to the rust myself, I know I have to get out of here. I know I have to get Lena. I know I have to do him proud, whatever it takes, no matter how many lives it costs.
DM.
I will get Lena back. I will make Dad proud. I will get out of here."
DM.
Yes.
Can I flick through any like pages in the book and see if there's anything about Artemis?
As you flick back a couple pages, you do see... Your eyes do catch on the word Artemis as you read in the entry. It's a couple, quote-unquote, days before, but it just details... No, I never thought someone would send an assassin to try and kill me, but this was the first kill I enjoyed.
What?
It was satisfying. It was... No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was not good. The fucking rust, it hurts.
Oh, fuck.
Can I like pick up the book, like just like analyze the page, and then look up at Artemis and just say, and I'm okay with everyone listening on this because I would like kind of yell this. Did Freya kill you?
As you said it, you see Artemis sort of like take a step back in fear, like gasping for air, just like...
I go up to her and I hug her.
Did that go out Artemis?
Breathe. Deep breaths.
Yeah, take it easy.
Deep breaths, okay? Remember your breathing.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
What do you want, Arlen? Do you want
I
a fucking
wanted
medal or a chance
nothing.
to pin it on?
No, I wanted nothing from you. I was just curious.
Well, you got what you wanted, didn't you? She just turns to Ezio.
Breathe.
Continue fighting.
Deep breaths.
I know.
They're,
that you're
they're
angry.
just curious. As much as they shouldn't shout things out, they're just curious.
We're just trying to figure out what's wrong with this place.
As she takes a few deep breaths, she reaches out her hand as for like to signal to Ezio to take it.
I immediately take it.
No!
Thieves.
mine.
Fine.
Mine.
I was sent here with a team of 5 others.
Who's a part of it?
I was just some other minor members from the Freedom Trail, but I was the only survivor to get up here, and going down into that place where we were about to go, it fucking terrified me. But fighting Freya, as I say, she's good with her blade and she's good with her magic. She's managed to tame it in the Feywild.
As like she's saying this, I pull her in, and she's like, "She's not gonna hurt you, not anymore. I'm here."
Artemis grabs hold of you tight and just whispers to you, Ezio, "I don't want to go down there again."
It's okay. Deep breaths. She's not gonna hurt you, and I am gonna make fucking sure of it. As I like hold her face and bring her like eye level to me, just.
Why were you sent to kill her? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be insensitive. I just want to know.
Because, obviously, rumours of a evil person ruling a manor that kidnaps people for test and experiment to try and get them out. Obviously, it's a good thing that Calvar managed to grab you lot before Freya did. She was the one who drugged you, not Calvar.
Oh shit.
Oh, so now this. Okay, so now this has gone even more personal.
So those people that pulled us out of that room.
They are Freya's personal demon guards.
So Freya was the one that drugged us and kidnapped us. Calvar saved us.
Yes.
That answers your question, Nisa.
Calvar just looks to Nisa with that face of, "I demand an apology."
Okay, now that I know what's really going on, I want to say, genuinely, I am sorry. My grievances are now with Freya, and I trust you more now.
To be honest, it's not the first time I've had someone blame me for trying to knock people out, but, you know, no hard feelings, Nisa.
And no hard feelings either way. Thank you for trying to save us, and I apologize for being so distrusting.
Well, we're not out of the woods yet, so...
Right.
Just hang on.
Have we figured
As
out
like.
we figured out the puzzle. So
Calvar just steps forward. The switch to the elevator. One moment. As Artemis sort of stops him, as she just looks to Ezio, releases her grasp of him, and starts walking towards Arlen.
I close the I close the journal and I just like hug it as if like that's all the information I got. That's like all the information I got.
I'm following behind Artemis.
Yeah, but I'm not like saying that out loud. It's just like I'm giving the look as if like that's all the information I got.
She comes up to you and she stands like 5 feet away from you and it's like,
I'm gonna get slapped.
that was hard to admit, but I know it had to come out at some point. Yes, you were right, but also you deserve this. And she's going to fucking backhand bitch slap you.
I will take it. I will actually fucking take it.
As this slap just happened, I just look.
Let's roll a performance check, see how well it connects.
Roll a fucking natural 20, I bet you.
Please.
Please, a natural 20. I will accept the natural 20.
It's a 14. It's a decent, crisp clap. It leaves a red hand mark and even like some indents from the nails, but it's not as clean as it could be.
How long are her nails?
They're like yours.
She's a forager.
As long as mine?
She's a forager. She's meant to have some good nails.
Oh my god.
But
I
as
can feel
she
the
does
pain
this,
in that.
as she slaps you, Ezio just looks towards her and is like, "Fuck, I forgot how fiery you are, and I forgot how much I love it."
She just turns around and is like, "Save it for when we're out of here, lover boy."
I will accept the slap, and I'm then going to, with the journal, kind of just keep to myself and go to a corner and just read the journal and just keep to myself.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's anything else in the room?
I will too. Like just general look around the room.
So,
There's some
investigation
roll.
check for Ezio, investigation check for Zeta. Who else?
An Arcana check.
I'll look around the room as well.
Investigation for Zaz. What are you
Okay.
looking for in that Arcana check?
I'm looking for any magic that may be emanating from this room, like invisibility.
Okay. Specifically invisibility?
Not specifically invisibility.
But just any and all magic?
Yes.
Okay.
Like
Mark.
magical hidden spaces,
Okay,
magic.
just fucking roll.
People.
Stop cooking the dice. We'll get to your investigation checks in a bit.
That's
Can I make a perception instead of investigation? Because I roll shit on that investigation.
No, because you
Don't worry, I got a nat 20 plus 8, so
I got a 3.
I think we're good.
I got a 3.
What did you roll again?
16.
16. So with that Arcana check, you sense obviously magical lights, obviously keeping this place illuminated. A few like calming spells on the plants, because obviously they say plants in the office are meant to like be good for you. Freya's taking that to a whole new level. As for your investigation, Zaz, what did you get?
16 for investigation.
Ezio
Fucking 3, my guy.
and Zeta.
Natural 20 plus 8.
So all three of you combined, you have a look around the room. What are you looking for exactly?
Weapons, secret passageways, the lift, and any sort of indication towards the architect's office, so I can do my thing.
So
Yeah, basically the same thing.
So
Yeah, probably.
as you go, as you start your investigation in the room next door, in the master bedroom, you see this luscious queen-size bed with drapes and curtains, very nice ornate cabinets and drawers. You do have a look around. You see underneath a makeup station a little switch. As you pull it, you hear you hear the chest of drawers click as it sort of swings a bit. As you go, you hear the chest swing. As which one out of you is going to move the chest of drawers aside to see what's behind it?
Sure. Fuck it, may as well.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. As you sort of move aside, you see a little switch, you pull it down, and as you do, you see a lone chair with a skeleton in it.
Fuck! No!
Whoa.
With
Oh
clamps
my
around the
goodness.
wrist and the ankles, and a metallic cap on my head. Inside lay a burnt and charred skeleton.
It wouldn't take much to guess that this was Artemis, wasn't it?
Oh yes.
She said that she was electrocuted.
Fuck. Okay, hang on. I need to get the thing out.
No, hold on. Yeah. Make a charisma saving throw.
Don't let her go in.
Oh, fuck. Hang on. I need to get my fucking. I wrote a speech for this. I need to get it out ready. Charisma save, you say?
Yeah, charisma saving throw.
Of all times, the nat 20. Nat 20 plus 1. That's a 21.
So, as you see it, you jump back a bit at the sight, and then recalling what Artemis has said, you put it together that this is the original death of your loved one. And instead of boiling, you sort of control it, and you sort of feel like, obviously there was nothing you could have done, but it's nice to know that you've come to this place to say your last, technically, goodbyes, even though she's just in the room next door.
Okay. Right, fucking. Mark, you know what I'm gonna do.
Do it!
I want you to, genuinely, I want you to criteria this on me. I want you to, like, proper, like, mark this.
As I'm hoping that Artemis walks into the room and like sees me about like slowly approaching her corpse.
Oh, this is pretty good. Wait, is she like with me? Mark.
So obviously, so Artemis does walk in, obviously hearing the click, but then seeing like the room and like and the way it's clicked open, she does just like start panicking. Like she knows what's behind there, and you've just seen it, so she is even more panicked.
I just slowly walk in, hoping that she follows. And as I slowly just approach her skeleton, I just, my love, you poor thing. It's time to fucking thing. As I turn around to see her,
She has. Hold on. She has stomached the courage. She's like within sight of it, but she is the opposite end of the room.
okay, I'm fucking nervous now. I didn't think I was doing this, but okay. As I slowly, after seeing if there's anything left, there's nothing left on her, I just turn around, look towards her, and just slowly start walking and just say, when I was a young man, I had liberty, but I didn't see it.
My fucking god, I know this speech.
I had time, but I did not know it. I had love, but I did not feel it. Many decades would pass before I understood the meaning of all three of them. And now, in this twilight of my life, this understanding has passed into contentment, love, liberty, and time. Once so disposable, and now the fuels that constantly drive me forward. And they will continue to do so. Love, especially. For you, for Enya, and for our brothers and sisters in arms. And for the vast, wonderful, yet terrifying world that gave us life. And will always keep us guessing. Endless affection, Enya Rethanol. Forever yours. And as I slowly place my hand on her face, I know that after this, you'll be gone. And this is the last time I'll get to hold you in my arms. And I want to ask you, though we will be worlds apart, though you won't be with me, would you still want to be connected in spirit and stay together? As I basically propose.
She, with her glassy eyes, she just slaps her hands on either one of your cheeks and just pulls you in for a big old kiss.
I do the same. And this goes on for a while.
Yeah, well, it goes on for like a couple seconds before she just pulls away.
If only that was me and Hazel right now. That was out of character.
She just... I'm not ready to say goodbye yet, but when I am, then I don't think I need to give an answer to that as I gave it many years ago when I first met you.
Marina Rothnell, you have made me the happiest elf I think I've ever been. And it's honestly quite surprising that all those years ago we met at a party celebrating my promotion, but it was in that light at that time, and I first saw you. Your hair, your face, your cheeks, your lips, everything. As I peered into your beautiful eyes, I knew that I would spend the rest of my life protecting that smile and hoping that you would be by my side.
I'd rather be by your side than Alvin's. As from the other room you say, Oi!
Fuck off! You have your wife and you have like 3 kids. Fuck off.
That's besides the point, okay.
So then, as I take her hand, shall we face this? As we faced everything
Well,
together.
We've got to find the switch first, but yes. Sure.
Perfect. And now I'm gonna just shut the fuck up. Mark, send me a text later. Critique that, please. Give me feedback. I beg.
Will do. Right. Anyways. So, with the rest... First of all, point of inspiration to Ezio. If you haven't got one already.
I do still have one. Am I allowed the 2 or is it a nah? Am I allowed 2 or nah?
You're only allowed one at a time, aren't you?
Only one at a time.
It's an
Otherwise, I'd have 3 currently.
Exactly.
Fair enough. But still.
So, as obviously after this happens, the 3 of you continue your investigation, carrying on with Zeta's nat 20. You do find behind one of the plants in the main office space a lever. As you pull it back and click it down, you see a bit of the wall just slink back slightly as it then moves aside, revealing this very, very industrial elevator, like a miner's elevator.
Oh my god, I've seen those.
Do I see
Yeah,
this?
it's like the grated floor, there's the beams and like the rickety shaft.
Oh god, those are dangerous, especially when you see them in movies. Because some of them end up breaking. And then
Can I see what's underneath the elevator, like where it goes?
As you look down, it's just pitch black. It goes down so far.
I mean, there's like probably nothing down an elevator well, except the ground. But it's pretty much about pitch black.
Any volunteers, or should I check it out?
There's nothing down the elevator except the ground. Quoting.
Quote.
Quote that shit.
Exactly, it's just pretty much the ground.
So, it's obviously it's a very big elevator, obviously having to fit Freya and the suitors on all together, so there is enough space for all of you. But this is the point of no return. This is basically the point in the game where it's like, if you haven't done anything up to now, go and do it, because you won't be able to come back after this point.
So this
Okay, I'm
is
leaving it
think
for now.
about what I
So
need to do.
if you want to long rest, this is your one and only time.
Does anyone need to rest?
I think we
I've
do it
used
because
the spell
fucking why
slot.
not?
I
Also-
think it's best we rest because we don't know how long we've been travelling for. And it could have a toll on our bodies.
Mark, you said there were weapons in the
Could I check to see
place.
if our
They're
bodies are having...
they're mainly I'll ask you a question in a minute. They're mainly ceremonial, like sort of collector's items. They're not weapons.
And I still take them to fucking sell them.
Me too.
Sell for quite a big amount.
As you
Money.
take some down, the blades like bend, like a whiteboard. You like a whoop 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 whoop. But yeah, you do have
A
couple of
rapier.
certain-
It's like a rapier. Just
Yeah, it's a wave. It's a wavier. It's a woo, woo, woo,
a
woo, woo.
wavia. It's a It's a perfect parry. You just
But yeah,
Is there
you do.
how many do I
else
have?
of note?
So, and so you managed to gather a long sword, a spear, a pike, a short sword, and a longbow.
long sword, short sword, longbow, not the cleric. What else?
So you got longbow, long sword, a short sword, pike. Well, a spear specifically.
Okay. Alright, I'll do.
Yep. So, what is it you asked, Hazel?
Am I able to like see if there's any toll on my body for how long we've been like
You
traveling
ache.
to when we last?
You ache.
Okay, we're resting.
Zeta, what is it you asked?
I was just asking, is there anything else of note?
Apart from the massive window behind the desk, obviously the bookshelves, the master bedroom, there's nothing really of note.
Has anyone been keeping check on how long we've been?
Also, with my nat 20 compared to Ezio's 3, could I snag the short sword?
You can snag one of the short swords.
How many were there?
There were three ceremonial short swords, each of
Was
different like variety. You've got
I'll
an
let
imperial
you
short
speak
sword,
to.
a mystic short sword, and a ancient, which is more like an Arabian scimitar.
Arabian.
What was the first one? Jack was talking over you.
So you've got imperial short sword, mystic short sword, and an ancient short sword, which is more of an Arabian sword, Arabian scimitar.
And none of them have any special properties or anything. They're
No,
just
they are
ornamental.
they are literally just like ornaments. The blades wobble if you
They
move them
can
too fast.
probably be sold to a certain collector or something. They're probably that old.
What does the Imperial one look like?
The Imperial one just looks like a bog standard iron sword. It's like just a straight up blade. You got the fuller down the middle, and it points off. The blade is about. Is about. Oh, that's three. Is about just under 2 feet long. But it's still ceremonial.
I'll take the ancient one.
Okay.
What about the mystic one? What does that one look like? Or whatever one I have.
The mystic one is basically just what Zaz's should look like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apart from you got
Apart
it
from it's
off
got a floppy
wish.com.
blade.
Michael,
I
it's not.
was kind of hoping it looked like Sting from The Hobbit. So I've now watched that.
What's that? No stats, because they are literally aluminium.
I was hoping it looked like Sting from The Hobbit because I finally watched that.
No.
I watched that. It was good.
But no, it doesn't look
No,
like that.
it's not a replica of Sting.
I'll get Sting eventually.
Because we've seen it before, haven't we, Gollum?
My precious.
My precious.
So, obviously, you're collecting memorabilia. What's Nisa and Vi going to do during this rest? Are you just going to, like, sit down, chill?
Honestly, Nisa has kind of accomplished everything she can. So if I can kind of sit back, so I'm like far enough away from the party that I'm like I can see the majority of them, but not in like a weird way, just in like a people watchy way, and just kind of. Are there any like books or anything nearby?
You've got obviously fantasy books, obviously loads of pieces of literature on the bookshelves. They're all like basically fiction, non-fiction books, just like light reading for Freya.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
To see, or like the really good classic books, just so I can read them on my travels, and then I'll sit back, watch the party.
Alright, so that's what.
Is there
What's Freya gonna do?
is there any like comfy places like a seat or a sofa or something like that?
Is it? Hold on, let me. Because I need to get the right wording of it. Otherwise, it's going. Yeah, you do see in the master bedroom there is a chaise lounge just like next to one of the windows, like very elegant.
I'm gonna curl up on it and fall asleep.
Okay.
Actually, I don't mean to loot, but Lisa's running a bit bare on some of the luxuries. So if there's any like nice pillows or anything that she could take with, just so it's really comfy while she's camping. After I get the literature.
Well, I mean, there is another chaise lounge on the opposite side of the window if you wanted to rest up on there and then just take the cushions.
Pardon?
So it's used 2 on the chaise lounge. Ezio's collecting memorabilia. What's Zad's doing?
Well, he's just like, oh, okay. So there's 3 weapons there. Didn't you say there was a longbow or something?
Yeah, Ezio has a longbow. It's not a functioning longbow, but it looks good.
Alright.
As Zaz says this, I just look at him like, yo, check this thing. It looks
Yo.
fucking sick.
That
Wish
is.
you would.
It does look good in you, Ezio, by the way.
Well, thank you.
No
I
problem.
usually use short swords and guns, but thank you. This
Alright.
means a lot.
Yeah. Once we're in battle, I definitely use that. So,
Oh yeah.
indeed. Expect like that.
What's Arlen and Hazel gonna do?
Hazel, while like casually relaxing to rest up, is thinking up a little nursery rhyme for her kitsune self.
So you're just going through like just trying to work things out.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get help from your bardic boyfriend?
Yeah.
Are they all in like the other room? Because I'm still in the office in the corner with the journal.
I'm gonna go over to Arlen.
Okay,
Oh, God.
you just see them sat just reading the journal, looking through Freya's personal memoirs.
Can you DM me if I like get anything that's like worth keeping note of?
Yeah, I'll DM it to you at some point.
Oh my god, if Ezio takes the bed with Artemis, can I like
God.
can I secretly like in the corner, like not actually canonically, but I'll just like have the violin and just silently play Careless Whispers?
Please, fucking do it. I will make a stealth check for both of them to quietly. I will fucking do it. Do not test
Just
do not test me.
No, hold on. Arlen, roll me a performance check right now.
Yes! Jack, when I see you in college in September, I'm gonna hug you for this.
Fuck.
Okay, are you ready for the performance check?
Go for it.
Natural 20!
Okay, we'll come back to that roll. We'll come
Plus
back
8,
to that,
so
don't worry.
28.
Okay, we'll come back to that. So we'll go back to
Okay.
obviously Hazel and Arlen. So Arlen, you're deep in Freya's memoirs. You do see Hazel walking over.
Hey,
Huh?
I know you're good with music, so I thought while I was resting, I'd see if I could come up with some song notes.
Say no less, cracks fingers, and like stands up in a more elegant, gay way.
Yeah, you just watch them slam the bookshelf, crack their knuckles. It is like bubble wrap, and they just like jump up, perform. What for? What?
To sing it.
Go for it.
I'm
I-
gonna sing what I've got.
Okay, go for
I'm
it.
also
Just go
gonna
for
like put the journal in my satchel bag, and
it. Okay, go for it. Go
just
ahead,
like
roll the
shut
performance check
like
to sing it. Are you
What?
singing what you've got, or are
What
you?
I've got.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
the
God.
whole thing.
Okay, so let's get the roll. Come on.
15.
So,
Oh,
decent.
hold on. Have we got plus anything to that? So as Arlen, as you stand up, you see Hazel take a step back, just sort of take a deep breath, and then. Do you actually want to sing this?
Yeah. I've got it.
The floor is yours.
The kitsune run from the terrors of the night. The hunters do put up a fight. We run and run, night and day, till we are safe. How does that sound?
Decent. Joking. It was beautiful, and I give you a kiss on the forehead.
Has Hazel got red cheeks?
Yeah. She's a bit shy too, because she's never sang in front of anyone.
I know what to do. 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 I know what to do.
I gotta show up and do it!
Hold on. Let me cook.
God. That was actually really beautiful. That was brilliant.
You can simp off session.
No, bruh!
Hey. Us lads are allowed to simp whenever we want to simp. I got your back, Mark. I got you.
Thanks, man.
Same here, Mark.
Okay. I'm so sorry for this. This is the second time I'm doing this recorded, and it's fine. You're gonna kill me for this, but it's okay.
Yeah. Whispers.
Time for the Riz Lord.
The perfect Riz Lord, Arlen.
Arlen's gonna like act as if they're like distracted. It's like, sorry, I swore I just heard a minute ago an angel calling for me. Or was that your voice?
Hazel's just going to, like...
Hazel has now gone from her usual skin colour, she is now a tomato.
Yeah. She's like full
Tomato.
And at this point, she's turning into her kitsune form to hide it.
Don't hide it from me, I'm used to it. All the girls come for me and
Hey, you're mine.
yeah, exactly.
Go.
So are you two just gonna sit down and work on the lullaby together?
Yeah.
Righty ho. So as you do that, finally, let's go to Zeta. What is Zeta doing during this rest?
I'd like to use my remaining spell slots to test out what different spells do before I take a long rest. So
Okay,
first of all, I'm going over to Ezio and asking him to punch me.
I don't want to break my knuckles. Can I hit you with the back end or something? Can I hit you with a chair?
Sure.
I grab a chair and I fucking just come in, bitch, and just full force smack you with it. Like Grog would be proud level. Just
when he hits me, I cast shield to see what happens.
So as you cast shield, what level is shield again?
First level.
Okay, so read me the description of shield a moment.
Basically, when you get hit by an attack, you can cast it, and an invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects you. Until the start of your next turn, you have a +5 bonus to AC, including against the triggering attack, and you take no damage from magic missile.
Okay, so as you cast the shield, instead of blocking the attack, it instead fragments it, so it basically comes down in multiple different pieces, dashing you with all these different bits.
Is the chair physically broken?
Yes, you see the chair, like the bit where Ezio was coming down, it sort of cuts off, and then the bit that was trying to be deflected by the shield. Instead, down to that point, it just splinters.
Alright, any monks who try to fuck with me are going to have a very bad day. I will cast Thunderwave in a direction intended to minimize damage caused to anything.
As you cast Thunderwave, everything goes silent. Like you.
Okay.
Okay, so it's silence.
Mm-hmm.
I will move 30 feet away. Do you know, what's the range of silence?
Don't know.
I think it's
fuck, I
a
really should have
20-foot sphere centered on a point.
Okay, yeah, I'll move 20 feet away from where I cast it.
You just drop the concentration.
I just want to see if it functions like regular silence.
Okay, as you move out, you then your hearing returns back to normal.
Okay, so it's 20 feet centered on me.
No, fuck it, I'm gonna join you on this whole testing spells thing.
So we don't go through every single spell. It's essentially, if it's not favouring you, it will do something that is the opposite. So obviously, if it's meant to make something quiet, it will amplify it. If it's meant to use one element, it will use the opposing element in some form.
Then what would Shadowblade do?
Light
it creates a beam of light, like sunlight.
Lightsaber?
But yeah, think lightsaber, but instead of like a nice gentle glow, it's the fucking sun.
I am the sun, in the power of my hand. Call me Dark Ark.
But yeah, that's essentially the rundown of all of like how the Feywild will fuck with your spells.
With enlarge reduce, what does the enlarging do, and what does the reducing do?
The enlarge will disintegrate, as you found out earlier.
Yeah.
The reduce will. No, the reduce will not enlarge. I just got to remember from my notes. It will teleport it somewhere.
Ah.
Somewhere
You've
completely
probably given me too much power.
And utterly random. That includes hell.
So it will teleport you completely random.
If spells work in the opposite, what spell would I have to use to have the force?
Whoa. If Featherfall makes me slow faster, it will make things go. If Featherfall makes me go slow when falling, it'll make me go faster. If Disguise Self changes me, I'm guessing it won't. It will just change something in the room.
Potentially, yeah. It's basically every single spell is the opposite when the Feywild plays against you. I'll let you like think on what everything does like between now and next week because fire will create water or ice, yes.
Okay.
But essentially, your last bit of rest up in Freya's personal abode, where this all technically began. All these experiments, all this death, all this pain was coming from. You rest here for however amount of time you need, knowing that the next thing on your path is down that elevator that you found. And that is where we shall end it for tonight's session.
Holy fuck.
And it's just like giving you that
I'm lent up against the wall with the violin, just like, you know exactly what this is, mate.
As I just look at them and just motion them to turn around and like cover their ears.
That was all I had.
Do I need to make a performance or a stealth check?
Don't worry about the rock. We'll just say rules cool. It just happens.
Person that's already dead.
No.
She's still semi-human, so well, she's still
At the same
semi-elven,
time,
so
within earshot, they got Vi and Nisa nearby. I don't think they want to wake them up with the sound of those two getting it on.
Trust me, we aren't waking up for shit.
Oh my
Can I just say, like, everything for the puzzles that I had for this session is on a little, like, Morrison's coupon that I got from work. Everything I had was on one single coupon.
legendary.
Oh, that's classic.
Legendary.
And actually, the tablet step wasn't actually meant to be Morse code, but as soon as I said it, I actually looked at it again. I was like, hold on a minute. No, this is Morse code.
What was it meant to be?
Yo!
It was just meant to be like symbols. It was meant to be trial and error.
But then Zaz were like, hang on, this sounds like Morse code.
Zaz changed fate. Zaz is a god canon.
Also,
I'm just like, that is Morse code to me.
Also, this is the first session I've not fully left the VC from.
I know, that's like, my god. But that was such a good session. Like, everyone played so into their role.
So
It was brilliant.
good. I was quite proud of myself. So I was like, yo, that was so cool.
That was.
Yeah, well done, everyone.
And also,